Hey everybody, it's Katherine Skaggs. It's December 6th, I believe, and we've got a big month that we're moving into with Sagittarius Sun coming through the new moon with Sagittarius. Also, that has opened up optimism. How good can we dream our futures? We got this cycle of the next 30 days or so bringing us into the new year. And we've got a lot of interesting energies going on. We got that great Sag energy, that fiery energy that says, let's get out there and do stuff. And then we've got some other energies that say, well, maybe we ought to look within. We got Mercury retrograde in Sag, and it's saying, reconsider all those dreams. Make sure you look at everything you need to before you proceed and dream big. And let's take a look at our structure. We've got also Saturn that is sitting here opposing the sun, and it's bringing in this energy of discipline, of the father figure. It could be an outer authority figure. We do have a lot going on with that. And yet it's making us look at, what are our belief systems? What are we doing right now? What do we want to do differently as we come into the new year? A lot of reconsiderations about choices, the choices we've made up to this point. Do we want to reconsider how to go forward? What do we really want to do as we end 2024 and move into 2025? We've got a lot of opportunity to come together on a higher consciousness to create some shift. Most of all, we need to do it for ourselves. And let's see what the mythical goddess Tarot says about the energy of December and how best navigate that through these changing times. How are you doing? How's your energy? I found the last week that whatever's going on in the universe and on Earth, I've been up and down with a cold or not a cold, don't know. But I've had to take a lot more space for myself, cancel a few clients, and step back. So pay attention to your energy. Everything I understand is that all these energies coming in are shifting things out. So there may be grief that comes up. There may be times when we need to be quiet, need to be still, step out of the crowd, even though we've got all this holiday stuff going on. So I'm asking the mythical goddess Tarot to give us some guidance to how do we best proceed through December to have the best time possible to feed our hopes and dreams. But also, how do we take care of ourselves? I think that's a big one here. If we're in the midst of a lot of change, when we are, it's important that we have a balance to what we're up to. All right, let's take a look at the mythical goddess Tarot and this 15 card spread, which has everything to do with how do we proceed into December to have the best outcomes, really work with the holidays. A lot of people gather during this time with family. It's not always great. Hey, April, good morning, my dear. I love you. Um, it's a good time to really work on our boundaries, to not only go out and have fun with the people we love, but also we're going to interact with a lot of people that sometimes we get triggered. And you're going to need to know when to be quiet, when to go out into the world. So the first three cards in this spread have to do with who are you? Who are we as we go into December? And yes, we've come through the new moon already. We're moving into possibility with what we can create in this month. And one of the cards that's right at the very beginning is the Seas card. Now, the Seas have to do with water, which has to do with our emotional body. This is about our Earth's journey and how we are set up emotionally right now. As we enter this reading, it says that there is passion in our hearts for what we want. That makes sense with that Sag moon, that all the passion, the energy of your heart that needs to be addressed, that needs to be honored in you. This is a good energy to take into the holidays. It's a good energy to use as foundation. What do you want to experience every day? Can you choose passion? Can you choose joy and happiness? Well, she's here saying this is here available for you to take forward into all the holidays and the ending of 2024. I like to talk about this card next, the fruition card. This is an earth card. This is this beautiful woman, African woman, who's got a basket of fruit on her head, and she's taking it back to her tribe. So it tells me this is a time, yes, of gathering up all the goods, the bounty, the abundance that we have, and sharing it, honoring that we have a great deal of abundance personally and collectively. And that as we share what we have as we're generous, this really breeds greater generosity, greater abundance, that we need to know that together we can create greater things. So the this card here in the along with the passion is saying, be in your heart, go out and share in your community from all the abundance that you have, and know that more is being given as we take this route. Now, this is going to be on a collective thing. It's not only just you and the holidays. This is really as a country in the United States and also all around the world. When we recognize our passion and our heart and we step forward with the abundance that we have, we change reality into a co creative reality as opposed to, hello, Christine, as opposed to singularity where we don't have as much power. We have much more power when we share our abundance and create whole new worlds. And this is going to be part of our theme as we move forward, is to learn about really honoring our abundance. Now, the other thing that's up, and it doesn't surprise me, is there's the conflict card as we enter into this month. This fire card is all about, where are you on fire, where things are not working for you, where you need to address that. So be careful as you go out into workplaces, holiday places, even shopping, when you're out in the world. Pay attention to your temperature. Are you hot, hot blooded, hot minded, hot about the world? Or are you, taking that fire and using it in a positive way to purify yourself, to purify the world around you by being the light? This card says it's time to heal generational trauma. It's time to heal things that you've held against yourself or others. This conflict can be internal conflict. It also can be the world around you. So pay attention this month to where there's duality, where there's people against one another. We need to personally take responsibility for whatever our part is for that inner conflict. So if you're going to the holidays parties and you've got family there that maybe you don't get along with or coworkers, it's going to be really important for you to take 100% responsibility for your part of the conflict, because whatever conflicts in you will get mirrored outside of you. So don't feed the conflict. Feed your heart, feed your mind of generosity, and see what you can do to purify that energy of conflict personally. And you're going to make a difference in how you show up in groups and others. And this also goes to what's going on in the United States politically, around the world with different strife, is that we need to take 100% responsibility for our part, our thoughts, our belief systems around what conflicts are going on around us, and most of all within us, because that is the greatest place we can make change. If we take care of the conflict within us, we're going to be very different in how we are with others that we've once been in conflict with. I hope that makes sense. All right, what's the bigger picture through December? What do we really need to know and work with besides the astrology that I spoke to briefly as we came into this? Is that we've got a lot of good energy and we've also got change. We've got places where we need to let go. We've got places that we're still refining as we move forward. In the big picture, there's three cards, and the first one in the center is White Buffalo Calf Woman. So this goes along with what I was saying about conflict earlier. This card is a card called Sacred Fire. White Buffalo Calf Woman is this beautiful native holy woman or goddess, and she came to teach the people about 7 rites of purification. That our life journey is truly a sacred ceremony when we recognize that and we participate in our life that way. That it's not just happening to us, that our thoughts, our heart are all part of creating a greater reality. So she's here to say, in the big picture this month, bring light to wherever you go. Bring prayer and sacredness to wherever you go. Bring the purity of your heart to wherever you go. That you are the one who brings peace. That you are the one who shines the light in the way. That this is time, perhaps even I'm getting the download, that women need to stand up and be the ones who are the peacemakers. That we need to bring that reality of the white buffalo calf into our lives, which is the symbol of a new age. It's a symbol of peace. And it's time that each and every one of us grab that for our lives and we move it forward. We've also got an interesting card here that's called the failure card in the big picture. It's this tree that can't grow anymore because it's in concrete. It's not planted in the right place for it to flourish. So what that's telling me is, along with the purification of white buffalo calf woman, to purify your thoughts, to purify all the fear of the lower reality not working, hey Liz, is that we need to look at the places in our lives where the roots are not planted in the right place of projects, of parts of ourselves. Where is there death occurring in your life? Where are you not thriving personally and collectively? This says that there's been something planted that cannot go along any further because it doesn't have the right environment to flourish. So, are you in the right environment this month and in the months to come? I love it. Hey, Liz, you must need to hear this. Is that we need to pay attention to where we are thriving and where we're not thriving. If you're not thriving in a particular area of your life, is spirit telling you it's time to change directions? It's time to let go. It's time to quit struggling and trying to, hello, Vicky, to feed something that is already dead. So look at the places in your physical reality where there needs to be change, where you need to compost and you need to change directions to plant your garden in fertile soil. That means your heart, your passion, your hope. Put it into the place where it's going to grow and you're going to be happy. All right. And followed by that card is the joy card. So it's kind of interesting here. We got White Buffalo Calf Woman, which is sacred fire, sacred life. We've got joy. Hello, Gabby. We've got the failure card. So it tells me we need to purify our lower, lustful, earthy selves that are devoid of spirit. We need to connect to spirit, bring our focus in through joy, our hearts, and that is the place that we will plant our seeds and they will grow. So pay attention to what you're letting go of. Let go. Be fearless. Purify yourself. Bring yourself up into light. Know that your life is a sacred ceremony. And that joy is why we're here. That is one of the greatest things that we have to be here, is joy. All right, three more cards in this spread that we need to talk about have to do with what are our lessons, what are up for us to be challenged by that's going to help us grow. I see our lessons and our challenges as two sides of a coin, or maybe the same coin. Is that, for us to purify ourselves, to let go of the things that don't work, to truly get what we want in life or to experience life in a manner that brings us peace and joy, is there's emotional cleaning up. So guess what? You got the holidays. You probably got family stuff. You've got all kinds of things at this time of year that can trigger people emotionally. Wonderful emotions or old stuff that you need to let go of. So this card is an ancient picture of frogs or ancient symbol of the goddess. The frogs symbolize cleansing, cleaning your heart, cleaning your emotional selves. And so take some time during this next month to truly tend to your heart space, tend to your emotions. If you are preparing to go to a holiday gathering and you are triggered, that there's people there, family or otherwise, that may be challenging, what do you need to do to ground yourself and come to heart? What do you need to do to have good boundaries? What do you need to do to let go of any emotions that you've held on to that perhaps are trying to teach you how to love yourself? That then you can forgive others in their actions. So that seems to want to come up with the cleansing card, that language. We've also got the purity card there, which I believe is part of this theme. That as we move into greater light, we move into the Sag energy for most of the month. And the cards that we've pulled with White Buffalo Calf Woman is that with the cleansing, we are moving toward a greater purity of heart. That this is our true lesson in life at this time, that we are here to bring ourselves into heart, to have compassion for ourselves, to come into that purity, that then we can be in that place of heart with others without angst, without pain. And that's part of our journey this holiday season, is how heart-filled can we be, letting go of grief, anger, hurt, to truly be in the purity and the beauty of what love is and what our hearts are. And so that will be the challenge during these holidays. We've also got the crone of ascension, meaning how can you bring that light and that consciousness of that true divinity that you already are into your earthly reality? How can you live more wisely by noticing that perhaps this is really a dream that we're in, that we are consciously projecting into this reality, that we are creating through our beliefs, through our thoughts, and through our focus, through our words and our choices. And to know that as you clean your hearts, as you get more pure in your heart, it's time for you to really be the vessel for greater wisdom to flow through you. So know that this is up as an opportunity for you this season to come into greater clarity, to be the wise one, wherever you are, no matter your age, is that as you have a pure heart, the wisdom will flow. That's what's up. Okay. So let's see, what are our best actions to take this month as we move through these times of great change? We've got solstice coming in a couple of weeks. We've got the end of the year. We have a lot going on at this time. And right in the center, we have Kuan Yin, the Empress card in the Tarot deck. She's all about heart. This is the goddess of compassion and mercy. And she brings a vessel of Amrita, which is the life giving forces of the universe. And she is here to help us be kind and compassionate to ourselves. She is a bodhisattva or a Buddha to be. So, finding her in the action during this season, she's telling me that we need to practice our spiritual practices to be as kind and compassionate to ourselves and everyone we meet that we can, that this is the practice through high stress times, is that it's all about heart. It is about prayer. It is about peace. It is about kindness. It's about embodying compassion from your highest and best self, your Buddha self, your Kuan Yin self, your Christ self. What's it like for you to live that and to embody that right now? That will help you navigate this season by heart, and it's going to create a different outcome because it expands in your energy field. It creates a resonant field of heart and mind. And when you get around others and you are centered in that place, you will notice a change in other people and how they will interconnect with you. So notice your thoughts, lean into heart and compassion, and see how that serves you this season. Mentally, we need to stay balanced. So, what does that mean to you? What it means to me is take time in the inner worlds, the darkness, the dream time, the meditation time, to look within, to be at peace within, and then come out and share that with the world. Be in balance both in your conscious mind, your subconscious mind, your inner self, your outer self. This is somewhat a card of as above, so below, as within, so without. That as you are in this balanced place mentally, you'll be more capable of showing up in that heart with Kuan Yin than you are otherwise. So pay attention to your thoughts. Notice if you are balanced between your inner self and outer self. If you're driving down the street and complaining about everybody on the road, well, get home and take a breath. Or drive down the street and take a breath. See if you can come back to heart. Know that that's going to be really important this season. Another card here that's interesting is the Earth card, Success. And what that tells me in the action is to count your blessings. Count your abundant blessings, that you are abundant in your physical reality. This is a physical Earth card, that all around you, excuse me, you have abundance, whether it be people, resources, food, a roof over your head. There are many things that perhaps you need to take time to admit and to honor within your life. And that goes back to this card that was in the beginning, the Earth card, Fruition, is that as you count your blessings, more will come, more will grow. You'll have a recognition that you have a great deal to give, and as a result, you have a great deal to receive. Whether it be talents, skills, physical items, this is a physical card. So look at everything you have in your physical life, but also pay attention to what you can do to honor yourself for being present in this life, for all the gifts that you have to give to one another. All right, what's your outcome if you follow this path as we go through this time of great change? this expansion and yet a reset, a reflection and reset, tells me if we follow this path in our highest and best good, we are moving into the great cosmic void. What the heck is that? A DT. She is an ancient goddess that symbolizes possibility and potentiation. She's like the cosmos. I like to say that as we plant our seeds for what we desire, is that they go into the mind substance, they go into the akasha. You can talk on quantum physics or metaphysics, but it is where, as we focus our attention into the great cosmic void of energy, anything is possible. So, with this being the center card in the outcome, it tells me that as we move through this month and we get clear, we get purified on an emotional level, we get clear into being in compassion and gratitude for our lives, we're balanced mentally, is that we move into an energetic space that we can create anything we truly want. And that's a pretty big statement. But as you become clear about your desires and you align with more and more of your higher self, more and more of love, more and more of wisdom, the universe is going to answer what you're curious about. The universe is going to give you a space of possibility and creation for new beginnings. So she is new beginnings as we end this month and come into 2025. She is saying be open into all that is possible for yourself, that great things can happen. Because right next to her, we've got Pele. So it tells me everything is falling apart that needs to fall apart that was not based on respect. Pele is this goddess of fire and volcanoes. When she shows up, she's the tower card in the old deck. I used to hate her. And yet when she shows up now, especially in the outcome, she is telling us this month is bringing great change. Anywhere that you have disrespected yourself, anywhere that the world has disrespected Mother Earth, there's going to be massive change. See, Pele brings volcanoes where man has disrespected the land, and that volcanic lava flows across the land. It burns away and purifies. Another theme this month is purification of the lower energies that do not serve us, and that with that purification, she brings new life. So with the DT, she says that we have new life coming as we let go of that which we has been difficult, excuse me, or disrespectful of ourselves or the world around us. So I trust that this is happening in the outer world, but most of all, stay tuned to your inner world to let go and burn away, purify that which is of your lower nature, that which is of fear, that which is of lust, meaning you are only in the physical reality and disconnected from spirit. This is about clearing that out so you can be elevated in your consciousness and the way that you live your life. So, this is a really important message. Do what you can for yourself and your life, and it will be part of the mass consciousness that is helping us come into the Aquarian age, with Aquarius being in this transit now of Pluto, meaning we have new life coming, so the old is going away, and this is confirmation of that. Now, another water card here in the end, the last card I'm going to speak to, is the Crone Resurrection. Now, here we've had water in this, we've had joy, we've had passion, we've had clean our hearts in the challenges or the lessons, come back to purity. And in the outcome, we have the crone. And if you can tell, she's the sea eagle. She's like been through the ringer emotionally. I know what that's like. How about you? Is that she's saying it's time to resurrect ourselves emotionally and with great wisdom. That as we come into new beginnings, possibilities, potentials, we've cleaned out the lower energies that do not serve us, is that we can come into the wisdom of the heart, the high heart, that energetic, this is a Scorpio energy, that this is about one of the higher aspects of Scorpio, knowing that you could go deep emotionally, but that you come out of it with greater awareness and wisdom, no matter what you've gone through. So honor your journey this month. Pay attention emotionally, clean your emotions, be as centered as you can in your heart space to recognize you're cleaning out conflict inwardly and around you as you show up in your heart. And know that you're rising above with great new possibilities and greater emotional um, wonderment. I guess that's a good word, wonderment, emotional wisdom. So I hope this will bring a healing to you. I hope that you can understand this energy and work with it through your intention. Know that these cards are here to support you, remind you that you are an amazing creator, and that no matter what the astrology is, no matter what is going on in the world around you, that there is a divinity within you, there's a light within you. And I know that as you trust that you are being led in greater harmony and peace wherever you are, and that you can share that with another. So, it's Katherine Skaggs. I've taken on the new title of Cosmic Cheerleader. Let's look at all the challenges we have in all the world around us, and let's bring in the light. That's who the Cosmic Cheerleader is. She's not afraid to take a look at the challenges of this world. But what do we do with it? Let's bring the light into the darkness and know that we are the light and we are the ones to come into the world to continue to expand that, because we're in this together. I love you all. Thank you all for everything. I look forward to seeing you soon, Liz, and a few of you others. I hope to see you all in the new year. Much love.